This ball is going to fly in there. It's going to have tons of spin. Okay, it's going to fly a little bit lower, but it's going to check up real nice to you so you can hit more greens and reg, make more birdie putts, lower your scores, and have way more fun out there.
Okay, so we're going to talk two different bunker shots today. We're going to talk about the one with no sand, so nice firm lie. Can't really get sand trapped between the club and the ball. And we're going to also talk the fluffy lie, where you have a lot of sand that might get caught between the club and the ball. So firm lie. We need to get steep. We want the leading edge to kind of dig in a little bit because that's the only way we can trap sand between the club and the ball. So we're not going to open the club face very much. We're going to hinge this club up real steep, long to short. Don't want a lot of follow through. Don't want to expose that bounce too much. So long, short, kind of slap the sand, try to just trap a little bit of sand between the club and the ball. Fluffy lies. We need to decrease the amount of sand between the club and the ball. So let's open the club. Let's get a little shallower. I might even close the stance a little bit more around my body in the swing, so we don't trap as much sand between the club and the ball. This is key to understanding how to hit bunker shots on different golf courses.
Before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the Skillest channel for golf instruction from the world's best coaches.
Hello golfers, Jayson Nickol here. Have you found yourself in this real awkward bunker distance where it's not quite, a full shot, but it's also not a green side bunker splash? Sort of that 80 to 30 yard shot. Okay. How to play this shot is pretty simple when you reimagine where you are. If you were to imagine this as more of a deadpan lie or a really, really tight fairway lie where you can't really pick any ground before the ball because it's going to dig in, that's going to make this shot a lot easier. So to help with that, when you get into your dress position, you want to load that front foot. You sort of want to go 70-30. That's going to keep your weight sort of over top of this golf ball and allow you to pick the ball first. From there, you're going to pick whatever your club selection is. For me, this is a 55-yard shot. I'm going to go with my 60. I'm just going to step into the shot. Imagine I'm hitting a 55-yard pitch shot. Keep that weight loaded on that front foot. And then just imagining that I'm picking this ball super clean off the sand. This ball is going to fly in there. It's going to have tons of spin. Okay, it's going to fly a little bit lower, but it's going to check up real nice to you so you can hit more greens and reg, make more birdie putts, lower your scores, and have way more fun out there.
Difficult shots in golf is this down slope bunker shot, okay? So there's a couple things that you can do setup wise and technique wise that can help, okay? So setup first, one of the things that we want to do is open the club face. We don't want to lower the handle too much here with this shot, okay? So open face, ball's more forward. Now notice my knees are open towards the target, or pushing or aiming towards the target. I also have an open stance. So one of the things we want to do is have a really short arc here in the backstroke and a really sort of long follow through with my club staying low to the ground. One of the other things that kills players to add some flex here at any sort of point in this swing, okay? So ball's forward, face is open, shaft is pretty neutral, my knees are pointing towards the target, I'm getting a really good base, I'm getting the club up, short arc, and swinging down the line. So next time you're faced with this shot, here are some kind of guidelines that you want to work through as you attempt this shot. Now you've got to practice it. So without really creating some confidence and getting confident with actual contact before you start to skill build in terms of this, controlling the spin and distance here, you've got to get confident with contact. So these are shots that you've got to practice. You can't just expect to go out on the golf course and start hitting bunker shots really effectively.
If you're setting up with an open stance in the bunker, you're doing it wrong. Most people nowadays understand that the club face should be open at address to allow for some bounce. If you have an open face, your ball's going to the right because your loft is pointed right. You can offset this by lowering the handle. So when you open the face and lower the handle, your loft points more upwards. Now the ball's going to tend to go in the direction that you're swinging rather than the direction that the face is pointed.
I see so many of you have a lot of difficulty in getting the ball out of the bunker. And the biggest fault I see is that So many of you just leave the club in the sand and don't really hit through with any force and get the sand out of the bunker. What I want you to do in the practice bunker is get in, and I want you to hit a lot of really big forceful swings, getting a lot of sand out onto the fringe of the green or even the green itself. Then I want you to come up to the ball, and I want you to envisage that what you're trying to do is get all the sand out from under the ball up onto the green. Just think of that ball as another grain of the sand. So once you've made your setup, all right, a little bit open, face nice and open, and then from there I want to see you really hit all the sand from under the ball up onto the green. Okay, and when you see you do that, the loft of the club is going to hit the ball up onto the green, and you see all the sand that was in that divot there is also there. So one of the keys to bunker play is not leave the club into the sand here, but make a nice big full swing and get all the sand out of the bunker.
Skillest coaches have taught PGA Tour and LPGA Tour players, including Tiger Woods, Cam Smith, Brooks Koepka, Kevin Na, Cameron Champ, and Lydia Ko. If you like this video, subscribe to the Skillest channel to learn from many of the world's best coaches.